Hello everybody, welcome back to the ATA webinar series. I'm Sally and our first webinar in 2020 will be sharing the story of Zuri Zanzibar, which was opened in 2018 and is one of our newest ATA members joining last year. So just a quick recap for anyone who is new to the ATA webinars or who hasn't joined for a while. We always take questions during the webinar and you can type these into the Q&A box which is on your screen. These will then be fielded to Simon, who is our presenter today, at the end of the webinar. So you can either type them during or you can type them at the end and I'll read those out to him. A copy of the recording will also be sent out to everyone afterwards. So if you join late or you've missed anything, you can revisit it. It's also shared on our website and on our YouTube page, so you can find it there too. So as I mentioned before, this webinar will be presented by our ATA Advisory Board member, Simon Beck, who is from Orbital Communications, and he represents Zuri Zanzibar. So Simon, over to you.
Thank you very much, Sally. Firstly, Happy New Year to everybody. I'm going to quickly talk you through in about 20 minutes Zuri and what they offer in Zanzibar and take questions at the end. So very quickly, a little logistics in terms of getting to Zuri and where it is on Zanzibar. So if you can see my cursor up here, Zuri is up at the northwest corner of the island on Kendwa beach. So properties that you would know that are very nearby, we have Rui, which is the old hideaway property next door. And then next to that is Gemma. And then further down the beach would be Gold. And then right down at the bottom of the beach would be Kalindi. So that's the top corner of where we're located in Zanzibar. Logistics are very, very easy from Stone Town. So you're coming into Stone Town. It's a really nice drive for about an hour and a half up to the northwest corner of the island up here. I'm going to talk you over the plan and layout of Zuri to sort of make everything easier to understand in terms of the different room categories and the plot. Basically, there are 56 bungalows, suites and villas. If you can imagine that it's all on a graded slope, this is a concept plan, but I think shows the locations clearly. So basically, this is how you arrive at Zuri. There are 46 bungalows dotted around on the plan that you can see here. The double ones are the suites. The only room categories that are right on the beach are the villas. So basically, this is the 3-bed villa here. There are two 2-bedroom villas here, and then there's one oceanfront suite. At the back of the property, we have a room which is great for family categories, which are called interconnected bungalows. There's 4 of them set up here. So it's a big plot, and you've got this really easy sort of snaking zoom all the way around to get from A to B. It's quite straightforward. This plan shows in a little bit more detail the private beach section of Zuri. So basically this is 300 meters here, and you can see from here that this section is just for Zuri guests. Anyone can walk along the shoreline, but this is all very private here. And these are the room categories that I was explaining, which are the only ones right on the front. Zuri is very lush, very green. The planting was the first thing that really went into Zuri. So when it opened in July 2018, this is when this photo was taken around about this time. It was very green and very lush opening. It's only got more greener and more bush-like since then. This is here, if you can see my cursor, this is how you arrive at Zuri. This is the main reception area. And then you'll see there's a pathway from here all the way down to the beach where you can see the opening down here and coming down to the beach bar down here. And a very large plot that's very lush, tropical, very, very quiet, and it's like an oasis of tropical planting, and they're all very private little bungalows wherever you're located. The concept of Zuri is very different to everything else in East Africa. The owners basically are Czech. This is their first ever property, and they basically bought the best plot on the best beach and created something very different for East Africa. And I'm going to talk you through the story for those of you that haven't seen Zuri in person yet. There are 3 key things that I think are very unique about Zuri that I want to talk you through quickly. One is the style of the accommodation. So it's very much design accommodation with an African feel. The international architects are Jestico+Whiles, who've built and created some of the world's top properties. It's very focused to being environmentally friendly, and it's being very closely linked to the ethos and the unique atmosphere of Zanzibar. Zuri is also a member of Design Hotels, so it's coming in with something quite different for East Africa. Above and beyond the accommodation, obviously guests are coming for the beach experience, which is spectacular. The 300 metres of private beach faces the sunset every night. And one of the most important selling points of this bit of beach is that it's the only non-tidal beach on Zanzibar. So basically you can swim all day long, every single day of the year, and the beach is absolutely world class. And then something else that's very special about Zuri is at the back of the property is the spice garden, which went in a long time ago as well. And rather than taking guests off to a spice experience that's possibly a long way away from the property, here you can actually just walk to the back of the property and sit down and learn about the spices on daily spice tours, which is really nice. A key draw, of course, coming to Zanzibar is the beach. And I must say this beach is absolutely spectacular. It goes on for ages. You've got really private areas to relax in and enjoy and just laze away the days and take it easy. What's very nice about the beach style here is that they've put palm trees in, and as the beach is slightly raised, there are security guards that ensure that no non-residents walk into the property. So what's really nice is that you don't get hassled by any beach boys at all. And when you do meet beach boys on the beach, they're all very fun and very friendly and completely harmless. But it's a really nice private beach experience here. One side of the beach is for bungalow guests, and then to the right-hand side of the beach, there's a more intimate and more private area, which is for guests in the suites and the villas. Coming down to the beach bar here, you can get a sort of style for sort of like lazy days and lazy sunset sessions to enjoy a drink and just enjoy the epic sunsets that you get every single day here. You'll see with the style of the property here, it's all very low level. You can see these guests walking along here, but yet actually you can't go into the property. So whilst other people are walking along it, you've got this lovely private experience that you're enjoying all to yourself here. The accommodation is very clever in terms of there's a category to suit everybody's needs, requirements and budgets. So the majority of the accommodation is bungalows. There's 46 bungalows, there are 6 suites and there are 4 villas, which I'm going to talk you quickly through. So from the bungalows, in terms of size, they're 66 metres. There are 2 categories of them, either a garden bungalow or a jacuzzi bungalow. And basically it's built like if you can imagine sort of a mini village. So these are got lovely thatched roofs, they've got lovely wraparound balconies. Inside the rooms, what's nice is that you'll see here on the right hand side, they've got local artists have designed very individual stenciling across all the different room categories, which makes it really personal and link into Zanzibar. Above the bed here, this is a system called Evening Breeze. This is really environmentally friendly and is much better than air conditioning. It blows down gently over the bed. And then the room's quite open plan. And at the back here, you'll see this is very much sort of local beading made by the local communities. You've got inside showers, you've got outside showers. So basically all of the bungalows are exactly the same, they're just on different locations on the plot, and then some of them have the jacuzzis. Now, I mentioned at the start of the presentation that there are some categories that are really good for children, and these are the interconnected bungalows and the villa categories. So basically, there are 4 sets of interconnected bungalows. Here, you'll see here, this is what they do. Most of the time, this is sold to families. If you hear from when all the bungalows are sold out, the Zuri reservation team who are based in Prague will say to you, there's only an interconnected bungalow available, and that's what this is. And what they do is put a rope across here. So all you see is that there would be a couple maybe on the balcony next door to you, but each of these rooms have got their own private entrance. So they work perfectly for a family, and you've got space and privacy from one another. In terms of children, there's no child policy at all. Children from all ages are welcome. These are the best categories, or going up one are the villas for children. Going up a room category, there are 6 suites. Basically, these all have jacuzzis. These are double the size of the bungalows. So a bedroom on one side and then lounge dining area on the other side. You have a nice table and chairs outside here. Very big, very spacious. They've got nice, bold interiors with beautifully designed, bright, bold colours and fabrics, and you've got a lot of space. What's nice here is that you've also got a bath outside, and you've got inside and outside showers again. So this works brilliantly in terms of a very private, larger accommodation category at Zuri. There's one suite which is right on the ocean front here, which commands this amazing location looking out over the beach and the beach bar down here. This is very special in terms of location. It's exactly the same as the other suites, but it's just obviously got the location that's right on the beach there. Going up a category from a suite is the villas. There's a new villa, which was only opened relatively recently. This is a garden villa. So basically this is 2 bedrooms, and this is at towards the top of the property, and very sort of like around beautifully landscaped gardens, and you've got very private two-bedroomed experience to enjoy as friends or as a small family. This is a really great category to have a very private stay at Zuri. Going up to the other villas, we're now located right on the front, as I showed you on the map at the start of the presentation. These are the 2-bedroom villas. These, you can see, are really open with the style here. The lounge is very, very open. They've got a kitchen and dining area, you'll see on the photo here. Again, these have all got jacuzzis. They haven't, Zuri haven't put swimming pools into the suites and the villas because you're swimming in the sea all the time, and obviously you've got a lovely swimming pool in the property. You've got a lovely outside space, and you'll see up here, this sort of shows you how the proximity. So up here, that would be the Gemma jetty bar from here. So you can see what the walks that you can have. One thing to mention here, and what's really nice from Zuri, is that you can walk out of the property and really go and enjoy lots of other experiences. So if you can walk right towards Nungwi, that's about 40 minutes. So at low tide, it's really lovely to go and see very simple sort of fish restaurants and have a beer and maybe have a lunch. Or you can walk left into Kendwa and go to Kendwa Rocks, which is a nice bar. So you've got lovely places outside Zuri as well to enjoy as the great eating and dining experiences in the property as well. And then going up to the 3-bedroom villa, I would say that this is like the James Bond of villas. This is like 007. This is the only villa with a swimming pool. This is absolutely enormous. All of the bedroom styles are consistently the same, but this is obviously larger and in terms of the 3-bed villa. There's a lovely, huge bathroom, and again with a private garden out and about with a private bath out in the garden out here. You've got very bright, bold and beautiful dining areas with lounges. You've got all the technology with gadgets. I must say at night time, this is very special in terms of sort of aesthetically, from a music perspective and a lighting perspective. It's a really intimate experience. You've got your own games room in here, and then you've got 2 double bedrooms. In terms of how this works here, is that this is the master bedroom here, this is the lounge dining area, and these are the 2 bedrooms here. So you can see how large and how much frontage you've got for this bit. And then you come down your private steps onto your beach, and basically you have, as a guest in this villa, you've got your own section of private beach. So you have a really, really private staying in the 3-bed villa. Well-being is a really key concept of what Zuri is offering, and I can talk you through the different experiences that they offer. They've put a beautiful spice garden in that I mentioned. In there, it's great for meditation, it's great for cooking classes. You've got a lovely, great big swimming pool for downtime. And then you've got a yoga and wellness center, which is for whether you want to do things like beach yoga, or you want to go and have a holistic or treatment or a nice massage. You've got an outdoor gym. You've got areas to enjoy downtime and enjoy working out as well. And then at the top of the property, you've got a nice book and DVD library as well. This is the main swimming pool, or the only swimming pool, which is enormous, and it looks out straight over the beach bar here. One thing I wanted to quickly mention is that there's a lot of focus on Zanzibar on diving at Memba, and I must say the diving, this is a little island called Tumbatu, and this is the best diving on Zanzibar. And so here, the Zuri boats takes you off here to Tumbatu, and here the reef is about a mile long, all of the corals are alive, it's absolutely spectacular, and you have basically phenomenal diving on the doorstep. All of the water sports at Zuri as well are non-motorized. This is a really quiet area, and you've got everything on the doorstep if you want it, walking 5-10 minutes down the beach to the motorized water sports that are available in Kendwa. You can come and do daily yoga experiences. They do lots of included classes and lessons with a really great yoga instructor, and then there you can have private experiences as well. The spice gardens are really nice, and dotted around at the back of the property is, the spice garden is enormous, and there's a lovely private little pods, which is really nice to just enjoy downtime, read a book, get away from everyone, and have some peace and quiet. It's really lush and green and sort of forest-like in here. And they do daily tours talking through the different spices, and you can do cooking demonstrations as well. This is the outdoor gym, and whether you've been on safari or whether you've eaten too much at Zuri, you might want to work it off, and this is a great way to obviously work it off and enjoy what the outdoor gym offers. And this is actually how you enter. This is reception, and on one side of reception is a library and game area. This is how you'd enter. This area is quite nice in the evening time, particularly for children after dinner. They would come up here and play pool and things like that, and there's some board games and things. It's quite a nice area for children entertainment and things like that. There are a number of really great restaurants and bars to eat in Zuri, and the variety is really good, and the experiences are very special and very intimate. So I'm going to quickly talk you through the different experiences that we offer at Zuri. This is Bahari, which is the beach bar. So you're having lazy lunches down here, and you can have beach dinners down here as a supplement. This is Maisha, which is the pool restaurant. You can have breakfast, lunch and dinner down here. Basically, quickly on the board basis for Zuri, we sell at half board, and basically for $85 per person per night, you can upgrade to an all-inclusive supplement. Therefore, all of your cocktails, your three-course lunch is all included in all of your soft drinks. So I think that's a nice thing to add on to have peace of mind, to know that you've got no extras bill. The other restaurant experience, or another nice experience, is that you've got a lot of variety in terms of dining. So the menu has lots of different choices, and you have a lot of lazy lunches and dinners to sort of while away your days and enjoy some really special, private, intimate downtime when you come here. This is the main restaurant called the Pendo, and it's split up into quite clever little sections like this. You'll see in the back, the cooking station is live. How they do the dinners up at Pendo, which is all quite open on the sides, which is nice and airy and nice, is that one night is a la carte and one night is buffet, and there's a whole sort of room of starters and desserts, which is incredible to tempt you with a whole variety of different experiences to enjoy in here. Zuri are offering very different and special experiences, and from a variety of cooking classes to yoga sessions to boat trips. I'm going to quickly talk you through what you can do above and beyond the eating and dining, and what Zuri can offer you. The Zuri boat will whisk you around on a daily sunset trip. So the sunsets are absolutely epic every single night from Zuri. It's really special. And when you're sitting on the beach, just watching the dhows go by is really, really lovely. So this dhow would do the evening sundowner trips, and it would also take you over to Tumbatu, to the diving site that I was talking about. You can also have private yoga instruction and private time to obviously learn different, whether it's different techniques or to increase your yoga experience. What's really nice is that they have something called Dining by Design, and this is basically a paid for extra, which is sort of signature eating and dining experiences. So this is a seafood feast. This is a really nice experience that you would have as private lunch or private dinner, and just an icing on cake in terms of something that's really special as a blowout meal. The end of the days at Zuri are very special because of the sunsets. So as you saw from one of the photos, the bean bags come out, you sit down, relax, you take it easy. And what's nice is a paid for extra, you just pay a small supplement to have a sort of a platter of nibbles and watch the sun go down and laze the time away. It's really, really lovely. Coming up to the spice garden at the back of the property, I mentioned the cooking demonstrations, and what's really nice is that you can do your cooking demonstration and then you can actually eat what you've just cooked down at the table down here. So it's a really nice sort of like activity if you're in a group, and it's really rewarding learning about all the different spices and learning about new different cooking techniques. The water sports experience here is all non-motorized, so it's very quiet and very peaceful. In terms of motorized water sports, everything's about a 5-10 minute walk just down into Kendwa. And there you can do everything from jet skis to parasailing to whatever you want, and in terms of water-based activities that needs an engine to take you forward. Everything's very quiet and peaceful. So that's like SUPs, that's canoeing, that's snorkeling, that's things like that. You're doing directly off the beach. And there's lovely little shops selling lovely artifacts that are made across the island on the beach up here as well. What's very key to Zuri is the link to responsible tourism, and this is a very well thought out experience that has really sort of been very connected with its design concept and its connection with the local community. Three key things I want to single out. One is that Zuri is a gold certified EarthCheck member. There are very few members worldwide that are gold certified, and this has been built to the highest environmental standards. I mentioned the evening breeze, and the advantage of that is it uses much less electricity, so it's much better for the environment. And the whole water experiences at Zuri has been very well thought out. So they have their own wells, they're producing their own water, and there's no plastic bottles, it's only reusable glass. And then the whole system is very clever in terms of actually the ozone technology is ensuring that there's no bacteria in any of the water experiences. So it's been very pioneering with how they're doing things. And again, working with the community is absolutely key to everything that Zuri is offering. So really sort of the ethos in terms of most of the staff are from the local area, and then a number of the team have been put through diplomas and supported by Zuri in terms of their next level in terms of a hospitality experience. Zuri have really pushed the recycling experience of the northwest of the island here to really sort of tidy up village areas and really get the village communities really behind the recycling experience. And a lot of the products across Zuri have been made from the local community, and they've been very much thought through in terms of a variety of different little experiences, from whether that's in decorations to whether that's the bath, that's the shower gels and shampoos that have been made from the local seaweed centre. So it's a real connection that I think is quite obvious when you can stay and when you experience Zuri. That was quickly a crazy overview of what Zuri is all about, and hopefully I appreciate everybody at this peak booking time is frantic with bookings, so appreciate so much support with this webinar. Thank you. So I'm very happy to take any questions that have popped up and answer questions that there are.
Thank you so much, Simon. What a beautiful property. I can see we have a few questions in the Q&A box. So if anyone has any questions, as Simon said, there's a box on your screen, so you can type those in there and I'll read those out to him and he can answer them for you. So the first question we have is from Julie, who's asking, is snorkeling equipment available to rent at Zuri?
Yes. So yeah, so basically snorkeling equipment's all included. Diving, I mentioned the diving. You can go diving straight from the Zuri beach straight over to Timbuktu, the island that I was mentioning as well. And obviously that's a paid for extra as in any property. Yeah, snorkeling equipment's all included.
And also from Julie, is scuba equipment available at Zuri, or do the guests have to go into town to find a dive shop and dive excursions?
No, so everything's done from the water sports centre right on the beach there. So whatever any diving activity is going straight from the beach straight out to Timbuktu.
A question from Lucia: are the non-motorised activities included in the price?
It depends on what board supplement you are. If you're all inclusive, then there are some included non-motorized activities, like things like the SUP and the canoes and things like that. So we can send with the follow-up a list of what's inclusions, what's included in the standard rates.
Okay, great. On a similar note, Olivia is asking what kind of prices you're looking at for the dining by design. So is there a price list available for extra activities that's not on the rates sheet?
Yeah, of course. We've got a really good program of what the extras cost. So basically, in terms of sample cost, it's about $75 per person for the seafood extravagance. And that's your whole private beach setup with all the candles. A lot of people book it as surprises for clients, which is a really nice thing to do. And then there is your little private area on the beach with your really special dinner that is going to be one of the highlights of your stay. So yeah, we've got a whole menu experience available for all the Dining by Design experiences.
Thanks, Simon. A question from Fiona. In the 2-bedroom villas, can the second room be made up with twin beds if it's for children?
Yes, so the majority of room categories, a lot of the room categories, beds can be made into singles. So yes, in the villas, yes, the second bedrooms are always able to be turned into a twin bedroom for younger children. So absolutely.
Question from Lucy. What is the rack rate on an entry-level room?
You're looking at just under $500 in green season for a standard bungalow, which would be that's a half board rate, and that's a total rate. That's not per person.
Next question is from Anna. Is there an extra charge for private dining in the suites, and are all the restaurants included in the all-inclusive rate?
In terms of, you can do in villa dining, and you can do in suite dining. That's no problem at all. I think there is a small extra charge, yes, or there is flexibility. In terms of the where you can eat on what board basis, you can eat in we can eat in any of the restaurants on an all-inclusive basis. The only thing that is a paid for supplement is that in the evening they're doing sort of more private beach dinners and things, which that you would pay a small supplement for to have a private beach experience. But the Maisha, which is down by the pool, and the main restaurant, you can flip between the two, which is really nice. And what's really nice is that for breakfast, you can eat down at the pool restaurant, which is Maisha. And so you've got a number of different areas to always eat in, and you've got real variety in terms of bars and eating experiences at Zuri.
Thanks, Simon. We've got a couple more questions on starting price point and rack rates. And Joanne is asking if you could potentially send the rate sheets, because she's asked if we sent it with the invite, which we did not do. So is there a way of please doing that? Yeah,
so everyone that's registered for the webinar will be sent rates. So you'll get a full breakdown with rates and links to all the photos, to all the images, to everything that you need, and obviously we're on hand. I would say that the reservations team are based in Prague, so that's the best email address. And we'll send out details to everybody in terms of prices and all the extra activities.
Fantastic, thank you, Simon. Next question is from Anita. Do you offer fishing excursions from Zuri, and does that include fly fishing and a fly rod to rent?
I need to check on that one. I don't know the answer to that one off the top of my head. But I think that there are people doing deep sea fishing and things like that, and that's a paid for, obviously, extra. And obviously these fishing experiences are for people that are into more big cast line fishing experiences, things like that. They can offer that, and we can send through on the follow up all the prices for all the water sports extras, which would be things like deep sea fishing. Yes.
Thanks. Another question from Julie is: do any of the rooms have air conditioning?
I mentioned, well, it's better than air conditioning, so it's evening breeze. So all of the rooms have evening breeze, so they're all controlled and they're all very cool. And basically, the reason why evening breeze has been put in is it's more environmentally responsible than air conditioning, but it does the same effect. So you have very cool rooms at all times of day.
Amazing. Cool. So next question is from Nikki, and she says, do they offer weddings at Zuri?
Yes, and actually good questions. Obviously, Zanzibar is a big area for weddings. There are private sections on the beach. Zuri have got a really good wedding package. They've done quite a lot of weddings already, and they're really good wedding package experiences. So yes, weddings have been delivered very successfully already, and it would make a great destination, and it can quite seamlessly deliver wedding logistics and very special personal wedding experiences at Zuri.
Next question is from Judy. Great presentation. Thank you. What is the best client fit? Families, couples, what would you suggest?
I think Zuri is very flexible. I think that there's as a majority of the accommodation, I mean, there are not many rooms that take children. So the rooms that take children would be the family bungalows at the back and the villas. So it's got whilst it's very family friendly as a property, this is not overrun with children. So it feels quite refined, it feels quite stylish, down to their 20s. So it's got a really mixed variety of people that I think it's suitable for. I think where it works is that for anyone that wants a good quality property with a great beach that's got a great service experience behind it. That's what I think. That's what I think Zuri is offering very successfully.
Thanks, Simon. One more question from Julie, who is interested in more information on Timbuktu Island. Is there a website or photos that they can access, as this is a big selling point for Zuri?
Yeah, I'll send further information on that. It seems to be Timbuktu was very much closed to tourism until about the last 5 years ago. And actually, one of the day trips that you can do is actually you can go on to Timbuktu Island. Not many tourists have actually been there. And I must say that the diving there is absolutely phenomenal. The snorkeling is amazing. And again, you have 3 or 4 boats and it's really quiet and it's just absolutely spectacular. So you've got really great experience that's directly in front of you and easy to access whenever you want to go there.
Julie is now asking, what is the correct spelling for this island?
Timbuktu. I will send it on the follow-up. Tumbatu.
Okay, thank you. There don't seem to be any more questions now. I will include Simon's contact details on the email that's sent out with this recording to all of you. So if you have any further questions afterwards, you can drop Simon a line. Otherwise, you can take note of the email address on the screen right now. So thank you very much, Simon. And thank you so much, everyone, for attending our first webinar of the year. We look forward to seeing you next time. We have a webinar next week and the one after. So please do sign up for those.
Thank you.